Hey guys, this is kind of like serving as the intro to the very last day of my carpet tear out project. And this is also just a little little time after I've cooked my eggs for the evening. Tried it with a little bit different ingredients this time. Normally I put powdered onion and salt in there. This time I put sour cream and salt. And I also tossed in some different colors of bell peppers and a couple of pieces of onion. And anyway, anybody who ever wants to know how to flip eggs or flip anything in a pan, I didn't know this till just recently that the pan does make a huge difference. Normally I have just El Cheapo $10 nonstick pans from Walmart that I use, but my ex-girlfriend convinced me that Teflon pans were the pan to have, and they are quite a bit more expensive, but running probably twice as much as a $10, $12 Walmart pan, but they are, I guess, a higher quality. They're much thicker. And one of the things I learned real fast was, you can't really see here, but there's a little curve right there. These pans are actually designed to help you flip your food. At least I assume they are, because it is so much easier to flip food in this pan than it is to flip in a normal standard non-stick cooking pan. Anyway, the sour cream, I guess I didn't put enough sour cream into my eggs because I really can't taste it. So next time I'll add more, see how it turns out. Anyway, I'm glad you guys have followed me so far in my little adventure on tearing out the carpet and putting up with it so far. After this is it. This is the last one. Not sure exactly where I'll go from there, other than doing more product reviews, maybe starting doing more videos about how to become a YouTuber. Maybe a little bit of videos on how I do how I sell stuff on Amazon.com. I'm not sure. Just know I like making these videos, and it even though it does take time, takes effort, I do enjoy doing it. And this is one way I can kind of share what I've learned over the years and maybe shave some of the learning curve for you guys when it comes to making YouTube videos and just doing whatever you'd like to do with YouTube. Anyway, on with the show, and I'll talk to y'all later. Good morning, Randy here. Almost done. This is my last room. I got everything tore out. Lots of stuff thrown away. Kind of taking a break right now. I woke up at 6 this morning and started doing a little bit here and a little bit there, not rushing everything because it's kind of exhausting work. One thing I have learned is, man, that I do not like those little wooden boards that the tack strips. I'll show you down here. Little tack strip right there, and back in here. Those things they're not heavy, but they do have lots of little nails sticking up to tack the carpet down or hold the carpet in place. And the biggest problem, well, the biggest hassle is taking them up, because they've got 5 or 6, sometimes, every foot or so they have a nail going into the concrete. So they're the same color as the wood in a lot of cases because of rust and age. So finding them and getting them up is a hassle. So it's just slow and tedious taking those things up. But I got to get those boards off the floor before I start pushing things against the wall, because they'll have to be replaced whenever my flooring is replaced. But here it is, the last little section of carpet. I got to unload this storage shelf to get that last little piece. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this room. As far as putting stuff back into it, this may actually be the opportune time to set this room up as my camera room, my filming room. Only bad thing is I have to figure out, I don't know if you can hear the echo in here, but drywall echoes really bad, so I'll need to put stuff on the walls, blankets or covering or some type, to convert this room into a recording studio. And then I also have to figure out how much stuff I got to put back in here. You see over here, all of my stuff in here. This room is a lot more
quiet. It doesn't echo as much because of all the clothing and all the bedding and just stuff in here that will absorb sound rather than reflect it. You'll see all my old baseball and football cards from the early 90s. I actually had a baseball card shop in Orange, Texas for about a year and a half till the baseball card market collapsed and shut down. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think it's 12 boxes, 2,500 count boxes of individual cards that I had put back 20 years ago. Was it 1993, 2003? That's 10 years. And add another 17 on that, 27 years. No, 14 years, 24 years. So, yeah, those cards are kind of old, like me. Oh, here's my my little replica of the Inca calendar. I believe that's a calendar from not the Incas, but doggone it, I can't think of the right people right now. But this is where I got in Cancun. I saw the picture of the the Mayan calendar. Man, I don't know why, but I love the pattern and designs. It's an incredible piece of artwork. So I had to have one before I left Cozumel or Cancun. Man, it's been so long ago. It's like 20 plus years ago I went there. So anyway, that's my little souvenir from there. That is my first attempt at going to painting with a twist. If you haven't heard of it, it is just it's a painting studio where they get together. You pay to go to learn how to paint a picture, and they have an artist who gives you step-by-step instructions, and you paint the same painting she's painting, but you're allowed to bring your own, choose your own colors. So that actually is sideways. So it's supposed to be a river. This is the top. That's the bottom. You can see my name right there. So I hung it sideways because I thought it looked kind of neat hanging sideways as opposed to vertically, because it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. Anyway, it's almost 5 minutes of me yakking on about just nothing. I guess this is just me just needing to talk, I guess. Anyway, there's the last little piece. I'll be getting it out of here the next hour or so, and then figuring out what I'm going to do with the rest of the stuff. And yeah, that's about it. So anybody who hasn't suffered through a natural disaster where you lose cell phone service, you lose power, AC power, and I guess everything kind of power, you lose water service. The only thing that has kept me in communication with the rest of the world right now is my little disaster radio right there. So it's a little AM/FM radio that has a hand crank on it. It has a little LED light and a flashlight. Plus, it will run off regular batteries. So, fortunately, I haven't needed all those options on a weather radio like that. But it is the one thing that has come in handy because cell phone service has been down for over a week. I don't know if my internet's back up or not. I haven't tried to hook my stuff back up. But fortunately, I do have electricity. I have running water, and I have my air conditioning and heating system going. So at least I can tear stuff out in a bit of comfort. And once again, I'm running on and on, so sorry about that. Hope you guys who have suffered through this are doing much better than me. I mean, there are people out there who have it much worse, so I'm very thankful that I do have what I have. I have plenty of food. I have plenty of water. I have great neighbors who are helping each other out. And, that's just, I guess, it's not, I wouldn't say it's the Texas way. Everybody pulls together whenever something like this happens. But anyway, I'm hoping that no one has it worse than me out there that's watching this. I have had a couple of comments on my videos that I've been posting that, said they did go out, they did evacuate, they did have, they did have to leave the area, but they're safe and sound. That's great news to hear. On my videos like this, I'm recording it in my house where I won't be uploading this till the internet comes back on, or I get everything set back up in my house. So the only time I have to get anything uploaded, like my little 2-3 minute YouTube videos at Walmart, is when I'm in the Walmart parking lot. It's 14 miles away, I'm getting to the point where I've got less than 100 miles of range on my car in gasoline, so I'm not going to be leaving the house to go out and do anything unless it's a real emergency. So until I can find out that gasoline is being brought back into the area. Right now, the closest gasoline might be 20 miles away, and I really don't want to waste my gasoline I do have to go up there and find out, because in the event I have to get out of here for any reason, I want to be able to get 100 miles away. So anyway, that about wraps it up. Give you a little bit of tour of the house. I do have bananas. I thought it was kind of funny that the first video I produced a couple nights ago in the Walmart parking lot, my power was out, AC, everything was out over here except for the water. Got back home after buying bananas and some lunch meat, some ham, and the power was back on. It's like, oh, thank you very much, I got power. I can turn my stove on, I can eat my bananas, I can, I can make ice. So yeah, life is pretty good. I got it, other than the hard work, I've got it pretty good. Anyway, thanks for watching it. If you watched this far, I really appreciate it. If you will, share out my videos, share out my content. I am going to need to start rebuilding and replacing, and the more views I have on my videos, the more ad revenue I'll be getting from YouTube ads, and every little bit helps. So once again, thank you all for watching. I hope y'all are all safe and sound, and I'll talk to you later. Alrighty guys, I'm back again for one final carpet update. Here we go. This is the last piece. I wanted to save it as a memory. Me pulling this carpet out. I mean, this whole thing, it has been very exhausting and tiring, but overall, I mean, I made out pretty well. Anyway, here it goes. Just want to give y'all a heads up, if you ever got to pull out wet carpet, some of the hardest thing to mess with is not the carpet itself, but the padding underneath. It's like trying to pick up a 25-pound block of Jello if it's this kind of size and it's filled with water. Fortunately, this room is got the AC inflow for air. The vent, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. The vent is in here, so it pulls all the air through the house into this one room. So this has actually had a couple of days more time to dry out. So this foam padding here is actually lighter and has less water in it than any other part of the house. So yeah, I don't know. See if I can. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. I'm going to try to do the whole thing as a continuous video and show you where I put the last piece of carpet in the front yard. And I will have my carpeted front yard. Yep, I'm styling now. What's it call it? I'm balling, babies. I'm balling. Yep, here we go. Let's see if I can get this. The hard part is going around corners. That's why I have these sections. I've learned to cut these sections out in no longer than 6 foot or 7 foot pieces, because it grabs every single corner that it can. Let's see, to fold it in half. Let's see if I can. Folding in half sounds good, but it makes it heavier. And I'm fighting my pliers. Get a pair of pliers. If you don't have gloves on, get a pair of pliers. And if you can, wear gloves too. These pliers, they're called channel locks. I think that's a brand name. But anyway, they're plumber's pliers, and the more you pull, the tighter they grip. So they're better than a regular pair of pliers, and it saves getting blisters on your fingers. So unfortunately, I can't leave my carpet unrolled because I got such tight confined spaces. I've just got enough room to pull the carpet out. Let's get the front door open. Hopefully I won't drop my phone getting the front door open. There we go. Not sure exactly where to put it. My little area where I drive up is completely covered to my satisfaction.
Guess I'll put it right here. This looks like a good spot. Not sure what I'm gonna do after I get the carpet all out and situated. I guess I'll have to kind of sit back and ponder what I'm gonna do with rearranging the rooms, because I don't want to arrange a room and then realize I messed it up and gotta do it again. I'd rather spend a few minutes and figure out a tactical plan for what I want done and how I want to look. I think I figured out how to reduce the sound in my storage room there where I wanted to start filming, and I do that by hanging up all my extra shirts. I thought it would be kind of cool if I could get all kinds of neat looking t-shirts, sweaters, whatever, you know, just all kinds of patterns, and just something to make the walls look really cool. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. I do think I want my old Mayan calendar in my background, but I don't know if it'll actually be on camera. I'm not sure how to adjust the angle of the camera, how I want it to look. If I want me to be on camera anymore and all my spinners in front of me, or have my hands out in front like I've been doing, and not have me on camera. So I probably wind up trying a little bit of both, but it's gonna be a hassle, because once I put this big, I'm gonna start using this desk, I believe, for my filming. If it's not too, if the spinners show up very well on them, I'll start using this thing. If it doesn't, I'll have to put a top on it or something. Anyway, here's the old Jello roll, and it does have glue, so I got to go get the little scraper over here to scrape under it so that the glue releases and I don't wind up leaving pieces on the floor. What's worse than handling a piece of this stuff as one whole piece? Picking up all the little individual pieces. That is worse than handling one big piece. Ah, the AC kicked on again. So, yep. As you can see, you see the darker areas on the concrete versus the lighter areas. That the darker areas are still damp, but it is quickly drying out. The rest of the house is virtually dry. I'm sure the wood at the baseboards is going to take a couple of days to dry out, but with all this carpeting pulled up, air will flow in the room. And let's see, I'm running at 6 minutes here. I really didn't want to go past 6 minutes. I figured you'd get bored with my conversation. That's why I keep moving the camera around, because if I held it still, you'd be looking at the same boring stuff over and over again, and maybe you'll see something on go, hey, look, a wireless router. Why the hell's he got a 20-year-old wireless router? And hey, look, a Savoy 740 Plantronics headphone, wireless headphone set. Why's he got that thing? It's like just stuff I've accumulated over the past, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years, and it was easier just to leave it stored than it was to go through it and throw it away. Look, I even got a box of CDs from the 1980s. I'm thinking about taking all of the individual CD cases and making a frame around them and making a really cool looking wall hanging, because the CDs themselves they're good shape. They'll play, but who the hell watches or listens to CDs anymore? I'm sure there are people out there who prefer CDs, but I'm an MP3 person, and I only listen to music for the most part in my car, if at all. Most of the time I'm in my car, I'm listening to audiobooks. That's another thing. Just one little tip before I sign off. I got like no more than 30 seconds here that I want to keep going. If you have the ability to get a hold of audiobooks, get the great audiobooks on leadership, on making money, on self-improvement. Just start, I'm not sure what age you are now, but just start listening to that stuff. Don't waste time in the car listening to the morning show or listening to some new rock album. As I've heard said, use a platform, don't let the platform use you. By that I mean get the value out of it. Instead of listening to them talk about the latest set of heels that some celebrities are wearing, listen to audiobooks to do self-improvement. Get a hold of them, however you can. Just listen to them a little bit at a time. You know, if you're going to work, if you're going to school, whatever, that's 15, 20, 30 minutes that you can be doing self-improvement. Always, always keep trying to learn and grow, because that is the only way to stay ahead in this world. If you don't keep growing and listening to other ways of thinking, you'll get stuck, and you may look up one day and can't figure out why in the world you're stuck in where you are. You can't understand what has happened to you, or you won't even think about it. You won't realize what's happened to you. All you'll do is complain and blame others. And that may be true. It might have happened because of somebody else, but you need to prepare yourself to take action, to take corrective action, to move on. That's all you can do is control your own reaction to a situation. You know, when I saw the water coming in, it's like I could have went into full bore panic mode. I could have just cried and whined. I'm not saying I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel sick at my stomach, but it's like I can't stop it. It's coming in. Here it comes. You know. All I can do is watch it. So either I can sit here and feel sorry for myself, and complain and whine about what is happening to me, or I can start figuring out what I'm going to do. What happens next when the water starts receding? You know, basic things. Do I have enough food? Do I got enough water? Do I need to conserve stuff? Do I need to put stuff on top of boxes? How am I going to start cleaning up? All those things are running through my mind. So yeah, that's just my little thing. I've run over 10 minutes now. Sorry about that. I'm going to sign off. Just all I want you to do is take away one lesson from this whole ordeal is keep learning, keep self-improving. Even if the information is of no value to you, it might be someday. You may think at the time it's of no value to you, but you never know when that little tidbit of information might come in handy. It'll change your way of thinking, and always keep your keep your mind open to new concepts and new ideas. Anyway, this is Randy signing off for now. Talk to you later. Hey guys, Randy here again. Yep, I've got it all cleaned out now. The room's all dried out apparently. There's still a lot of moisture in the house. I can still feel the moisture in the air, so I got to keep the AC running to dry it out as much as possible. I'm sure there's water in the drywall, and there's water along the foundation baseboards, and just more. I guess humidity has seeped into all the cardboard and clothing and just general stuff like that. So anyway, this is how I'm going to set up my new video YouTubing area right here. I think this is how I'm going to start out. I'm going to start with my little green desk right here and get as much natural light coming in. I kind of like looking out there. That big giant waterfall of green is a berry bush. It's called a muscadine or muscadine, depending on what part of the world you're from. But basically, it makes these wild grapes. They're huge grapes. They're I don't know. They're about that big around. But don't let that size fool you. There's not really a whole lot in them. It's mainly this spongy pulp inside of it. So you get like a drop or two of flavor, and then you get a couple of seeds, and you wind up spitting everything else. It has a very thick, leathery type outer shell, not shell, but covering like a grape, like a skin. But it's very thick, very bitter, and you don't want to eat it. Sometimes I do anyway. Anyway, this is it. This is my little tour of my new recording area. It's going to be the coldest area in the house, so I'm going to move some of my stuff in here to get the heat more balanced in the house. I have most of my heat coming from my kitchen, so I'm going to move my freezer into here. That'll remove one heat source. Who knows what else I'll move in here, but anyway, this little corner here is designated for my freezer. This spot under the window is designated for my recording area. Give you kind of a shot of what it looks like from behind. Oh, and by the way, what do you do when you have, you're exhausted and tired and you don't want to do nothing else? Well, you sit here and you play with your favorite, or one of your favorite spinners. See if I got enough light to do a,
see if I can get it to warp in the light. I don't think I have enough light. Right now it's about 12:30, so the sun shines right overhead, and I don't have enough light coming from my window to do that. Funny thing is, I was playing with this one. I had never timed this one before, I don't believe. This Laughing Walrus torque bar style stainless steel. I got over 7 minutes. Dewey Does It said that he got over 8 minutes for the one he has. Thought that was pretty cool. I didn't realize that it actually got that kind of time. Because I had a bigger torque style, which was just slightly bigger than this one, but it didn't spin for about 2 minutes. So getting a 7 minute plus spin time off this one, pretty amazing. Yeah. So what do you do when you're just exhausted and tired and just want to sit back and relax, and you got no TV, you got no cell phone, you got no internet? You play with your favorite spinner. That's what I'm doing anyway. Try my, just kind of rotating through them. For a while I'll play with the black one, and for a while I'll play with one of the stainless ones. Like, my preference is for stainless. So, like my little TIE Fighter. And let's see, this one's the lightest, so it's the easiest to flick. So sometimes my fingers get tired from hammering and stuff, and I don't want to flick a heavier spinner. I use the white one. And then I got my brass one, just brass TIE Fighter, Laughing Walrus brass TIE Fighter. So I use it. I was wondering if I could actually use it like a multi-tool. I was thinking maybe it might be good for popping bottle caps off. Don't know if the brass is strong enough for that, but I'm sure the stainless steel is strong enough to take bottle caps off. It won't have a problem. And then I have my newest addition to the family, this little multi-tool, Laughing Walrus multi-tool. They changed the logo on the cap, and this one, I'm still trying to work on this. I think this is for, a little bit of sawing action if you need to just saw a branch or something. But I was thinking it would be really great if you wanted to wrap paracord around it, or if you wanted to wrap a fishing line and make a impromptu emergency fishing thing, instead of having to wrap the fishing wire around your fishing string around your fingers and maybe cutting your fingers. You could wrap it around this and hold this in your hand like that, and just hold it in the water as an emergency fishing line. And let's see what else. It's got this little. Looks to me like a I don't know. Looks almost like a monster's face in the mouth and the big eye, or maybe a totem, like on a totem pole, or I'm not sure. It looks like some type of something you'd see painted on a wall someplace or carved into rock. Anyway, this is a bottle opener here, and this actually is it's a little multi-tool wrench for smaller nuts. You can take them off with that. And then of course you got a flathead screwdriver, or it could be a little pry bar, or it could be a little scraper in the event. I kind of like the way it looks on the end. I mean, it looks to me like a one-eyed snake. I really love the lines on the front end of it. It reminds me of Lamborghini's cars. They had a series of cars that all had these striking lines until recently. Started curving the fenders, but the hoods are still very striking. And this one kind of reminds me of the hood of the Lamborghini quite a bit. Or it could be a snake. Whatever your preference is. I like the way it looks when you hold it this way. To me it looks like a 1950s UFO. One of the UFOs you'd see in the movies, based on the way the thing spins. And then you turn it over. Let me turn it over and spin it that way. And I don't know what that looks like. I just think it's different. Kind of cool looking. Maybe you can give me some ideas of what you think it looks like. Anyway, just want to show you the newest lineup to my little collection of fidget spinners, and why you'd want to have a whole bunch of them to be able to rotate through them depending on where you are, where you're going, what kind of impression you'd like to leave on people. I think this one in particular is good for anywhere. This is my everyday carry. It's my favorite because of the black and silver, and it's virtually silent, so it won't draw attention. It's black, so people won't really notice it. It's relatively small, so
That's another thing that will not draw attention. But if someone does see it, it goes with, almost any event that I can think of. If you need to sit still for any reason, but you need to have your hands in motion or have something in your hands to keep you still, keep you focused. This is my favorite. Anyway, just wanted to kind of show you what I was doing since I've cleaned out the room and just basically waiting for the everything to dry out and make my plans as to what I'm going to do next with rearranging the house, because this is the time to do it. I don't want to just throw everything into a pile, throw stuff here and there, and then have to go back and do it again. I'm lazy that way. I can get my camera to focus here. This is going to be my background. It'll be an ever-changing background. I found some stuff that I'd forgotten I had. I thought was kind of cool that I'd got that never really got around to playing with. Like these, I saw, what's his name? The dog whisperer. I forgot his name right now, but he uses these skates on the roads to. He uses these skates on the roads while he's walking his dogs. The dogs pull him on these outdoor skates, and I thought they were really cool. They're really hard to find. They are unique. They have these two huge wheels, and they have these braces on the ankles. And it's like ice skates. Once you put your feet in here, they're locked into place. They're like, I never have used inline skates, but I see how what a hard shell the inline skates have. This is an alternative to inline skates. These are, I guess, they're more designed for roadways. They got a much thicker, or I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the one, Cesar Milano, that's his name. That's the ones he uses. I don't have much experience with skates. I've actually been afraid to put them on because I would fall over and kill myself. And then just other stuff like this old neck massager. I bought this thing a long time ago. This skateboarding helmet. I'm not sure why I bought it. I thought it was kind of cool because it had built-in speakers. That's about it. You'll see stuff changing back here. I may start lining my spinners up on these shelves. I'm going to really try to get rid of stuff that I have not looked at or touched or seen in 10 to 20 years, or sell it off as best I can, just to get it out of my life. I lived temporarily in Denver, Colorado, and I moved twice, and I swore I would never carry more stuff than I could fit in my car. It was just the moving experience for me was just so much of a pain. It wasn't a horror show, it was just a pain. I hated boxing stuff up. I knew that I would never ever look at again, didn't need, but I was keeping just because I felt like it could be used again by somebody. And yeah, I'm letting go of a bunch of stuff now. Anyway, that's it all for now. I'll talk to you later.